It is October the 20th, 2016. Coming in to take my shower and backing out because the entire bathroom is completely filled with the smell of secondhand cigarette smoke. And it hasn't been quite this bad in a really long time, period. I'm sorry, I'm doing talk to text. I gotta go, I can't be in there. I can't have steam blended with secondhand cigarette smoke when I shower, or I'll get sicker. We can't win here, and we're not allowed to report this any further. We received a letter yesterday stating that now they will transfer us after 15 months of looking and fighting them on it, but unless we sign a waiver form that says they aren't responsible for anything they've done for the entire 15 plus months, they will not help pay for it. If we sign it, they will help pay for the transfer, while they have transferred all these other people and assisted in the cost of other transfers. So the retaliation and the discrimination continues. We have also been told that we are not allowed to post anything on social media about them, period. Our civil rights are being egregiously walked all over, and our right to ask for repairs and repair and deduct were met with cure and quit notices and more threats of actions they'll take against us if we don't sit still and be quiet and let them do whatever it is they do so egregiously. I want the world to know that ConAm Property Management does not have the right to take away your freedom of speech. They do not have the right to retaliate against people when they organize and they establish a residents-only coalition, and they do not have the right to target your disabled children, and they do not have a right to discriminate by transferring people all around you 2 and 3 different times and never offering you a transfer. No. They offered us a transfer when we got here, and then they fired that regional. And then a new person comes in and says, oh, we'll put you back on that wait list, but now you're going to have to wait behind everybody who is disabled, while we are both disabled. And they have had in their hands reasonable accommodation letters from prior to move-in to as currently as one that was written less than a month ago, and another one was written yesterday. Now the living room is filling up with secondhand cigarette smoke. So now our entire unit outside of the back bedroom is now filled with secondhand cigarette smoke. And we no longer have the power to have it verified or spoken to or addressed in any way, shape, or form. I am acting in pro per. I have put that in writing to them some time ago, and they are telling me I do not even have the right to speak to their own attorney. I do not have the right to speak to upper management. And the only thing I can do is mail something to them via regular mail to the office for non-emergencies. The emergency we have been reporting for over a month in the bathroom, we have already been told to do a repair and deduct on because the manager himself has been in the unit 3 times and has not been willing to address it. He wrote us to say he would, and then he decided he would not. So for whatever reason, they seem to be under the impression that we have not taken every step formally that we're supposed to as residents to remedy something like this. Bottom line, it's a fire hazard, and it needs to be addressed. I want the whole world to know what's going on here with ConAm Management and Chelsea Investment Corporation. They no longer want the inside cameras of our apartment on to have these random inspections done here when we've already have a witness that states and has described the person that has come into our apartment with a key when we were not home and no permission to enter has ever been granted. This is like this sofa right here. This sofa and the damage done to it was on move-in day. And what happened was they opened the door to our movers prior to us arriving on the community. And by doing that without any permission to enter, considering we signed our lease on March 31st to move in April 1st, we did not leave a permission to enter for them to allow the movers into our apartment home, but they let them in anyway with a key. By the time we arrived, they had not just put this sofa in here, they had hoisted it 4 stories up over the balconies without my permission, causing damage to a brand new $1,000 sofa. That's from it being scraped against the walls outside. I did not give them permission to do that. And now that this transfer is being offered, and I've told them before in writing, how will I ever get this sofa out of here? I'm sorry, am I the only person here who sees that our civil rights are being completely removed and that retaliation and discrimination is being tossed our way and choked down our throats? It's ridiculous. The floors are badly damaged, so we have to keep big carpets up. But these floors will absolutely cut your feet, and that's what they've done to us. They've advertised this property as having access gates and that this would be wood plank flooring in the kitchens and the bathrooms, when in fact the whole place was done in this crap that is not hardwood floors that they still advertise today. No, you're not getting hardwood floors. And if you look down the hallway, you'll see the lifting of the planks. And they're in all the walk areas. So if you keep walking, you'll keep seeing it. We've had some people come in and start working on these to try to lay some of the tiles down, but they're really scary. Do you see how lifted they are? And you just slice your foot across them. And it isn't fun to wear socks in 90-degree weather. So this is what we're dealing with, y'all. And, you know, this is my sofa, and that's my dishwasher. It isn't like we're living in some lap of luxury over here, but they could have at least cleaned the place. It had set after months and months of construction, and they didn't even bother to clean it. It took them 31 days to come up and wipe that crap up off these floors, and they didn't touch anything under the surface of the furniture. It's still under the beds. We're still not allowed to touch it. They came in to do mandatory unit inspections and replaced the air filter, which they've done a lot up here. But I want you to see the housing cover that they know. It was like this when we moved in. We have the pictures that are identical to this. And now they put in the filter. Well, what is the point if